Notion. If you're a student, you've heard about it, you know what it is. So today, this video is going to be about how you can use it to your advantage when you're in medical school. Notion is a really powerful tool that can allow you to organise your notes, your tasks and your schedule all in one place. And when you're in medical school, it can be an incredibly helpful software to have, since you'll have to manage a lot of information from various courses and your subjects. But like all new software, they really sound great in theory, but there is a lot to learn before you can start to use it. But what makes Notion great is that when you do learn to use it, you can have all the flexibility you want so that you can tailor your workspace to what works best for you. So let's get started. So to start, I'm going to show you around my home hub. So I have in front of me all of my main specialties that I'm going to ever need for medical school. So it just means that I'm not flicking between document to document, and they're just all in front of me and ready to click whenever I need them. As with all students, we have a lot of notes to make, and our goal is really to have everything set out in such a way that we can point out what we need when we need it. So for starters, I used the simplest tool necessary, which is starting a new page. To make a page, all you're going to do is click the slash key, and then you'll see a drop-down box just like this one. So to start off simple, what we're going to do is scroll until we find the page button, and you're going to click on that. And there you have it. You have a brand new blank page. This is going to give us the ability to type up as many notes as we want. So if I type in upper GI as just a broad topic, and then just to make it more fun, you're able to add any emojis you want to annotate the page. Now, if I go back onto the page that we were just on by clicking the backspace key, we're going to be taken to the page that I just created. Again, if we click back on it, we'll be presented back with the information that we just made. So I am just going to delete the page that we just made, and I'm just going to show you a page that I've already created. And this is for my respiratory notes. As you can see with some of my titles, I have put some puns on them, just because I think it's quite funny to do things like that. When you start looking through your notes, it just makes them that much more entertaining for you to click back on. So here is how I use Notion's capabilities to my advantage. Now, as you can see on the top here, I have something that's known as a database. I personally used it to make a list of all the topics that I want to go back over when I'm going back to revising. I can program it to tell me the topics that I want to revise, the subject that it relates to, my progress in completing it, and just a checkbox for good measure. The reason this is so effective is because it can show you visually how far you've come and make sure that you're not missing anything when you go back over it. So in order to be able to do this, what do you do? So just like I mentioned last time, what you're going to do is you're going to put the slash key. Okay, you can press on the slash key and you're going to be presented with all of these different options. One of these options, if you keep scrolling down, is going to be something known as a database. You're going to specifically want to use the one that's an inline. The reason you'd want to do an inline is just so that you can have other things underneath it. If you want an entire page dedicated to this database, you'd click the full page one. But for right now, I'm just going to click the inline one. Once you've done that, you'll be able to add in any information that you need that corresponds to what you'd need it for. So I'm just going to delete that for now. Okay, so scrolling down a little bit more, we're going to take you to what is one of easily the most time-saving tricks, which is known as the web clipper. I know that you know that when you find a great video or website, it's just amazing because something in your mind just clicks. So what do? You save the URL. You copy that video, maybe you screenshot it, maybe you just take a mental note of it. But when you go back to that topic later down the line, there's just something that happens where you cannot find that video. So what do? You keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until you finally find the right one. And what really doesn't help the process is when you've got countless adverts going on every time you watch a video. If this happens to you, then the web clipper will be your best friend. First of all, start and find a video. When you've done that, you're going to want to copy the URL, go back to the page, and I want you to paste it in the place of your choice. Once you do that, you'll see that there is a drop-down box here with 3 options. I want you to click the middle one. Once you click on that, you'll see slowly, a little bit at a time, that video will have become embedded into your document. The thing that I like the most about it is that you'll find that when you click play, most of the time, you won't even get adverts. What's also nice about this is that you'll find that actually having these thumbnails also kind of brightens up your notes. So it has that added benefits to your notes as well. And I mean, the rest is really up to you. But for me personally, when I scroll down, I have a list of headings. These are some categories I find quite helpful for revision. Now I've split up each system into headings such as common symptoms, conditions, investigations, and for me personally, it just helps to make sure that I'm covering all my ground. To do this, the tick box tool, or also known as the to-do list tool, is really great. Now, everyone loves a good list. There's nothing more satisfying than making a to-do list for yourself, and every time you finish something, you can just scribble it out to just see that you've had it finished. Whenever you finish a topic or whenever you finish reading through something, you can just click on it and it'll have a line through it to show that you've completed it. So how are you going to create one of these? So again, what you're going to do is you're going to click on your slash key. You're going to be presented with that list of options, and I want you to click to-do list. Once you started writing something, you can then click the enter key just to create a new one. So for this next section, we're going to come out of my what's new page, and I'm going to be taking you to my book list. So to find a page that's already pre-existing, what you're going to do on your laptop is you're going to click Command and P. When you do that, you're going to be presented with this page here. This page is going to be able to allow you to search through all of the notes that you have on your Notion pages. So to do this, I will write it in the search box. When it comes up, you're going to click on that, and it's going to come up with the page that you have created. People would recommend books or articles to me, and I would have countless phone notes where I just note them down somewhere. And let's be honest, I would most likely lose track of them. So having a page like this is really crucial, because whenever you do have a moment, you can just go to this page and they'll all be presented in a really simple way. To do this, I use the database tool that I just showed you in the previous steps, but this time I used the full page tool, just so that the entire page is dedicated to this book list. But I'm finding that this page is actually getting a little bit tired, especially this background here. Sometimes it's nice to use some of the templates that Notion already has for you. Using this can really help you set up quickly and save you a lot of time. Let me just create a new page. Again, how we're going to do that, we're going to click on the slash button. It's going to come up with all our options, and we're going to click new page. So when we click new page, actually, what you'll see is this little drop down option here called templates. So we're going to take a click of that. And when you do that, you're going to have lots of templates that Notion has already created. So if we keep scrolling, what you're going to find is something here called the reading list. So if we click on that, it's going to come up with a database that you can use to add your own books or your own articles. So if we click on Get Template, what that's going to do is it's going to download that onto the page of your choice. I just think that this one in particular, the template that they've given me, is a lot brighter, a lot easier to access the information that I need. So what I can do is I can delete what they've written and then add whatever I want to it. Now my next step takes into account that not all studying is done by yourself. Lots of the time we have group projects or things that we want to work on with the rest of our friends. And that's why sharing your Notion page can really come in handy. I'm going to take you to my Ask Easy dashboard, to the team homepage. This is split into the YouTube side of it, run by myself, the podcast side of it, this is run by Sahana, and the Med Talk Easy podcast, which is run by Dia and Mia. So there are a couple of ways to do this. First of all, if you're going to be sharing your page just as a one-off, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the top right-hand side of the page, and you're going to see here that it says share. You're going to click on the share button, and it's going to give you the option to copy the link. So just like having a Zoom link that you copy and paste and send it via text or email, Notion is no different. Once you've clicked on copy link, you can then go onto your text messages, on your emails, and then send that over to whoever needs it. But sometimes though, you don't just want a view-only copy, you'll also want an editable copy. This allows everyone involved to contribute to the document. Again, you're going to want to go to the share button and then add people to emails. This will then send them a link and add them onto the group so that they can access it whenever they want to. And finally, I'm going to show you my favorite tool on Notion, which is the link to page tool. So for this, I'm going to take you back to my main notes. And this time I'm going to take you into my ophthalmology notes, which are very aptly called I Can See Clearly Now. Yeah, I know. We're going to scroll down as an example, and I'm going to show you how great it is to be able to make a link from one page to another. So if I take you onto my ophthalmology information page, I'm presented with a couple of the notes that I've already made. So what I want to be able to do now is, as I'm reading through these notes of diabetic retinopathy, I'm reminded I need to read back over visual field defects. Now I know that in the past I've created a page that has a photograph laying out all the different types of visual field defects and the specific causes of them. So I want to be able to link directly to that page without going to find it in my notes. So unlike other times, this time we're not going to use the slash key. What we're going to use is the plus button. So on your keyboard, I want you to use whatever method you need to put the plus key on your laptop. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start to write the title of the page that you created. So for me personally, the title was called Visual Field Defects. So here it happens to have the link to the exact page that I was looking for. So if I click onto that, what it's going to give me is a direct link to that page. So now that it's in my page, all I have to do is click on it and it'll take me directly to that point. This means that when you're revising, your brain can make all these connections and start spiderwebbing from one piece of information to another. I'm sure you know that when you have exam questions, it's not going to be as clear-cut as a simple question and a simple answer. It'll require you to link information from one topic to another. And having a tool like this allows you to exercise this so that when it does come to your exams, you've already practiced how to do it. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching our video on how to use Notion in medical school. I am aware that this was quite a whistle-stop tour, so let me know if you'd like me to strip this down properly and go step by step on how to use Notion for a beginner. I hope the points that we've shared with you today have been helpful and will enable you to stay engaged and focused to be on top of your studies. So maybe Notion can be that powerful tool for you to help you manage all aspects of your personal and your academic life. It really is such a versatile tool that can be customized to fit your personal needs. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that you won't miss any videos on how to make the most of your time in medical school. So with that said, thank you very much for watching and we'll wish you all the very best until next time.